seen John Elway basically tell Peyton Manning, you need to take a pay cut. We see the hardball negotiation between Elway and Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
John Elway is an excellent businessman, but if I can use this analogy as a hostage negotiator, John Elway is the type of guy who would tell someone to shoot the hostage.
He's very disciplined when it comes to this stuff.
And with all of that said, if you're a free agent, would you really want to play for John Elway knowing he is that disciplined?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a good franchise that wins more often than not.
It wins because it has Peyton Manning.
Because they spend money, and because
wins because it has Peyton Manning.
They've won through the years without Peyton Manning. It's seen around the league as one of the more stable, one of the better, John Elway for 16 years.
We're talking 20 years ago. I'm talking about.
They got to the AFC Championship game with Jake Plummer at quarterback in 2005. This franchise,
10 years ago.
Eric, in Patrick Boland's 31 years as the owner of this franchise, they've had only 5 losing seasons.
I would agree.
They're seen as one of the better and more stable franchises around the league.
But you don't want to.
Free agents will come here if the situation's right.
First of all,
and John Elway's going to make the situation right.
Not if you're negotiating with those hardball tactics.
It's a business, Eric. They all know it's a business, and their agents all know it's a business. It's no different with any other franchise.
We're going to find out.
Hardball negotiations. What's going on in Dallas right now? Hardball negotiations.
We're going to find out just how good John Elway is when Peyton Manning leaves. That's when we're going to find out how good of a GM he is.
I think we found out how good he was in his first few years.
I disagree. I disagree. I disagree.
They went to the playoffs with crap at quarterback and Tim Tebow. And
they got lucky to get to the playoffs.
He got rid of Tebow because he knew he had to and brought in Peyton Manning.
I agree.
Now he's put together a roster full of Pro Bowl players. How much more do you need to know about how John Elway operates?
If Brock Osweiler turns out to be more than pretty good, then I will lean more towards what you're saying.
They emerged from a very dark period of Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
And they've gone to the playoffs for 4 straight years.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell you anything about how John Elway operates?
I think the emergence from the Ice Age had as much to do with John Fox and his demeanor.
Really?
Yes, he was the right guy at the right time.
Agreed. Agreed.
No question.
But they didn't go as far as they should have under John Fox.
That I will not disagree with.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been the head coach here. He was a great choice. Made by who, by the way? Who made that choice?
I'm with you.
Okay. John
I'm
Elway,
with you.
Just in case.
We'll see how the Brock Osweiler pick turns out. And we don't really need to go draft. We don't really need to go draft by draft with John Elway, do we?
Here's how much confidence I have in Elway. If the Brock Osweiler pick doesn't work out, he's going to go out and get a good quarterback.
Where?
He'll figure it out. Eric, things change from year to year in this league all the time. You know that. And by the way, Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning might be available next offseason. John Elway will figure it out.
You really think Peyton Manning is going to say to Eli, this guy screwed me out of $4 million, come to Denver?
I don't think it'll matter to Eli or his agent. I think you go where the situation makes the most sense.
Okay.
And if Denver is the spot where Eli or Phillip Rivers or any other good veteran quarterback should go, they'll be here.
Okay.
That NFL update sponsored by Fantasy Sports Combine. The Combine is coming up this weekend. This weekend. If you're a serious fantasy football player, you want to make your reservations at the Wynn in Las Vegas, July 17th to the 19th. You're going to have people giving you advice like Adam Schefter, Matthew Berry, other fantasy football gurus. Mike Shanahan's going to be there talking to you, Brandon Stokely, Kyle Orton, Terrell Davis. They'll give you an edge when you draft your fantasy football team. So get your tickets today. It's not too late. A couple spots left at fantasysportscombine.com. Again, that's fantasysportscombine.com.
How did